If you wonder about this crazy moving controllers and the altering sound, this is automation Mazetools Soniface, and in this video I will show you some basics of automating a sequence and recording controller movements. Hi, I'm Jacob. I will show you today some basics about automation in Mazetools Soniface. So what you see here is already some moving dots on the screen, and this changes the melody and also the spatial behavior of the sampler. You can just have a look to the other videos where I explained how this synthesizer and the sampler works. I will go now into the empty pattern. Here you have a blank pattern. I can add now here by tapping on the maze icon in the middle a new instrument, for example a sampler, like a jungle instrument, or maybe I would take now the rain instrument. Now you already hear some noise of the rain, and I will turn off the room effect so it's more dry. And turn it into the middle so we have a nice stereo sound. I have now here the volume of the sampler, and you can automate this controller and many other controllers in the same way in the software. So just tap on the icon of the volume, and here you see different options of automation. You have the sequence where you can draw a sequence of automation. You have the sidechain where you can do a sidechain effect like ducking the volume by a bass drum. You have the hand tracking, which works actually with leap motion. You have the body tracking, which works with the Kinect camera, and the webcam. You have the touch automation, which works as a multi-touch editor. You have MIDI in, MIDI out, and the new Maze Connect interface. So go back to the first, it's a sequence. So when I draw here a curve, it automates the volume. You have different options to draw this curve. You can just do it by your finger, or you can invert it, or you can just choose some random curves. And you can define the speed of this, which is related to the main loop and the main BPM. And you have different draw modes. You can draw it free, like I did it now. And you can just tap on lines and have a static line for automation. I have a nice example for this. I would just use now a bass, like a percussive bass, making the tones. And now I will do an automation of the filter I just used 3 sequence automations, and it does a lot of variation on just these 2 bass notes. This is a way of using automation. A really basic way of doing automation in Mazetools Soniface is to use the loop rec function, which is in the right up corner here, called loop rec. When I press this button or tap on this icon, I can record any movement I do, like this, and it gets looped. So you see now it's looping the whole time, and when I want to delete this loop, I've here now in the sound interface this position loop. I can just tap on it and then it's deleted. So I can record any movement of controllers in this way. What's a nice example is to use this option for the drums. I will add now some basic 808 drums. For example, the envelope. And every time I did an automation, we'll do in the menu where I did it, this little dots here on the side, and when I tap here on it, it will delete the automation. We're currently working on a new automation system where you see the recording and can edit it. And this way you can do a lot of recordings of automation. For example, make a basic configuration of effects and recording the automation. In this way you can do a lot of crazy configurations of automation. I will just add now the other automated controllers and instruments. You hear and see the most significant point of automation. You have just some really basic sequencer, like just a few steps, and here just a few notes, like 2 notes, and just a looping rain sample. And this makes a lot of variation by adding automation. When you have a sampler, you have also the option to use the animate button and play also with the spatial behavior. I will do it now really fast. And when you have now headphones, you can hear it in your headphones that it is moving from the left to the right. So at this again. This is about some basic of automation. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have some questions, just put it in the comments. And if you like to support us, you can just subscribe to our channel. Have a look for our apps. Have a nice day. Bye.